be going on from here.
Absolutely. We're happy to see the sunshine there. They absolutely deserve it because this is a look at what they've been through.
This month, 3, Maria, right? 3 big ones in just the last, 11 days. And we are begging the question, is there going to be another one? Do we have a 4th in line?
If you've been on social media, if you like to look at computer models yourself, the answer is it is possible.
Yes.
It is on our radar for sure. But there are things that we can look at that we can decide and say, okay, this looks more likely than not.
Right.
But we have to be careful as far as nailing down details right now for good reason.
For good reason, because it's still a long way off.
Right.
And what we want to do is sort of maybe increase the awareness, I guess, at this moment, saying, you know what, there's some aspects of the models that are predictable 5 days, 10 days out, but not the details. And this model is showing you details, but it's also showing you other things too. It's giving you the idea that, you know what, maybe there is an opportunity for another snow event for the Northeast. This would be early next week according to the GFS model. And it's not alone. The European model is kind of saying the same thing.
All right, it's painting a similar picture in that we see a sizable storm. We see a snow component. The details lie in who's going to get the snow, who's not. And those are details that, one, you don't want to work out right now because going back and forth helps nobody.
That's right.
And we're going to be able to fine-tune that much better as we get closer to the event. No surprise there.
Right. There are certain aspects of the overall circulation that are going to be opportunistic. I think they're going to be favorable for some kind of development in, say, not very far from the Northeast. Exactly how it evolves, there's no way to know. And the only thing we can do now is look at it statistically saying, well, you know, is there a lot of consensus? Do the models kind of say the same thing when they're run over and over again, but slightly differently? And no, they don't say the exact same thing, but the European model, you know, running it 50 times gives you, you know, an idea that, yeah, low pressure may well be off the coast.
All right, so this is fascinating for us to talk about, but you know, I'm my mom now who lost power, my brother who lost power the last go around, people in Boston who are done with, you know, school being out at high impact. So how can we use this information and say, okay, this is what you at home can do about this?
Well, look at it in terms of a risk analysis, right? I mean, it's too early to know the details, obviously, or anything for sure. But the odds are probably increasing, and so increase your awareness. You know, what might you do for next week if there's another snowstorm? And that's certainly part of the radar. You know, you're, no pun intended, but it should be on your radar. And our forecast tries to blend in a lot of this unknown, uncertainty. And by early next week, our models are showing that still yet another batch of moderate snow may be moving in.
We do this a lot during tropical season when we see something down the pipeline and say, you know what, this is just to alert you all. This is the time you start thinking about preps. This is how we want to think about this next one after what we've been through.
Good way to do it.
All right, Dr. Postel, thank you so much.